Hello everybody and welcome back to Feed the Beast Infinity Evolve Skyblock. How are you doing today? Actually, I guess I should say tonight. It's evening time for me. I hope you are doing well. I am. Last episode we got our power situation under control. These things are just about done. Once these things deplete, we will work on automating this. I have since then added a few more of these. We are now storing 50 million RF. I got these back out just as, not even as necessarily as energy storage, but as a, if we need to move power somewhere quick and easy, like we can. Now I've also decided to go away from the SV wires, HV wires, and all that stuff, and start using these kinesis pipes. These, I think I'm wanting to say 2,000, yeah, 2,500 RF that it'll transfer. So right now it is more than enough for anything we need, and we can actually upgrade them to diamond if we want to. So we may look into not necessarily this, but anything else that we do, adding it to it. But I have got them hooked up to our old sifting factory and hammering factory over here. This thing is now completely powered. I'm honestly thinking about changing over to the other hammers and sieves. Maybe not necessarily the hammers. I don't know yet. We can speed these up. These are a little bit harder to speed up. They need food in order to speed them up. And that's just a little bit of a pain. We've got power situation taken care of now. So we can do some speed upgrades. Now I got to get me some more food here. I have also made a redstone furnace. It is the reinforced version of it. I kind of got tired of taking everything over to the smeltery. Some of the stuff like tin that we don't necessarily need double of right now. I've been running through that furnace. I have also been working on, this should be just about done. I've been working on these right here, overclockers. Try to speed up some of these machines. Now we got to get a better way of powering these. I got to switch all these out. We've made, I didn't realize we could have, the solid cannon machine, we could have just used this one, and this is a fluid and solid, and it has saved us having an extra machine out here. But anyways, for these overclockers, it's these coolant cells, which is 10 plates surrounding a normal coolant cell, which is IC2 coolant, which is lapis dust and water run through this fluid canning machine set on fluid enrich. So I got a few of them made up. Some of the machines I have some in, wait, is that full? No, it's not. Like this one, you know, these over here, there's not enough power running to all these machines right now to really keep up with. Matter of fact, that's not getting any power at all right now. Why is that? That is odd. That one's got power. This one's running a little bit of power. I don't know. I'm gonna have to redo our EU power situation here. I have moved all our lasers, Buildcraft lasers, and assembly table down below, and I've hooked this up to our power down here. I need to keep an eye on these fuel rods. So, but for the most part, our entire base power-wise is pretty much running off of this and a little bit of the windmills. I'm not ready to get rid of these quite yet. But now, I've also getting ready for what I want to do today. I have worked with sugarcane, got all these seeds up to 10 10 10. Matter of fact, I've done it twice. I got them up to 10 10 10, and I was throwing away the extra stuff and accidentally threw away the seeds, and so there kind of went that. Also, I'm not sure exactly what has happened. I have not updated this pack since we've been playing. There's not been any updates. But our recipe for making refined iron inside of, well, now it's back. That don't make any sense at all. After last episode, I was going to work on changing all these cables and stuff out to the HV wire stuff, and when I tried to do any kind of refined iron in here, it wouldn't let me do it. I want to see something now. Now it's got me baffled. Let's get a bit of iron here. Do I have any? No. So, but as far as what we are going to wind up getting into today, that don't have anything. This does, though. We are going to take our last step into getting ready for our Mine Factory Reloaded machines. Yeah, for some reason now it's working. Last time it wouldn't do it. I don't know why. We've got to make... this was something I wasn't aware of. I was going to get some stuff together. We've got to upgrade our mob farm. That is a must. We've got down to 2 ender pearls. We're getting to the point where we need some enderium, and me having to run over there every couple minutes and kill mobs, it's just not working. So, but if we look at any of this stuff, the harvester, stuff like that, we've made the machine chassis. We've got that taken care of. Z-Logic controllers, that is not an issue. We've got plenty of zombie heads. That's just iron axe and shears. I've already made solarium. While I've been messing around with, I've been trying to run through as much of that reactor as I can. I've been making a bunch of silicon. We've got a bunch of silicon up here ready to go. But the last bit was this plastic, and I was thinking it was the same recipe as what it was before, and it is not. We've got to have rocket fuel. Rocket fuel is made in the vat with redstone and gunpowder with hooch. Hooch is water, I guess any kind of vegetable, and, well, that's not a vegetable, and sugar, which is why I done the sugar cane. So we're going to make the vat today, try to get us some rocket fuel going, and if we have time to, I am going to redo our mob farm. We are going to be using where's that? I don't see it. That's not it. Where's the grinder at? There it is. We're going to be using this to kill the mobs. This one's not that hard to do. Like I said, we just got to get rocket fuel. We've got plenty of sawdust from where I've been using our sawmill, so that's kind of what we're at. So let us get to work on this. Vat. Boom. we have machine chassis already made. That is right here. Speaking of machine chassis and stuff, we need to get some of this stuff up out our inventory. We're not use that right now, and we're not going to, well, we are going to need that in a minute. Let's see here. Let's throw, I've been in the process of trying to make some soul sand. We've got to get, I'm eventually going to automate the soul sand. Let's just go ahead and throw the rest of this stuff in here. And while I'm thinking about it, let's keep an eye. I want to keep an eye on this. Make sure. Getting pretty close. These things take, I think I read somewhere that it takes 5.5 hours of real time to drain one of these. And I want one of them. Once we get one of them done, I can automate that process and then can more or less not have to worry about that anymore. Alright, so anyways, back to the vat. We need these fluid tanks. That's easy enough. Wait, one of these has iron bars in it. We need some iron. We need some iron plates, I do believe that was, because we need 2 cauldrons. And I think I've got, I'm one short. I've been trying to get the stuff together to get us another nuclear reactor going. Like I said, I want to have about 3 of those going at a time. Not necessarily that that's going to be our main power source, just for the simple fact of we're going to need it for making plutonium. Alright, so 2 cauldrons. Check. We need glass. 2 fluid tanks. Check. Furnaces. I just took the furnaces down that we had. We've got plenty of those. And is that everything? No, I need electrical steel, which I have been making. I've been trying to make some of the different alloys. I have made our first bit of Enderium, but that's all the ender pearls that I had for was enough to make 4, and that's really not enough to do anything with. Alright, so that we got it made. Now let's take a look at this. Alright, so we got to get power in this, and we're going to have to run water. So where can we put this for now? Let's just go ahead and put it downstairs. And oh, I don't want to put it way over there because then I'm going to have to run a bunch of cables. Until I figure out exactly where we want to put it, let's just put it there. Let's get our kinesis pipe out. That is filling up. I don't know why that's only filling up with 20 RF at a time. Maybe that's all this machine will use. So now I need to make a water source. Let's go ahead and pull this one out. Get us a bucket of water. And really? I'm going to set this up one more over. Let's see here. We really need to just go ahead and set us up an ender tank for water and be done with it. Alright, there's that. Check this, we're good. Why I made 2 cauldrons, I do not know. Because all I needed was the one, I guess. Alright, so, boop. Oh, I have made at least 1 tank. We've got just the normal portable tank. All it is copper and glass. You cannot... It's easier to make the Enderium in the smeltery, but the smeltery will not smelt ender pearls. So I had to run them through our magma crucible up there and then pipe it in. Why did I do that? I don't... Trying to figure out... Ooh, what scared me. Alright. So that should be not getting water because we haven't put that in it. So now we should have, yes, we've got water. And we want to start making hooch. So, I need to get... First off, we need some sugar. That, easy enough. Actually, it's a good thing we actually made this cauldron because I need to make us another drum. Really? Still got all this stuff full working on, or all these crafting tables are full working on our other nuclear reactor. Alright, so there's us a drum. We're probably going to need several of these. Now, I've got to find some seeds. There's that. Where are those? Are my 10 10 10s right there. What kind of wheat do I have? There's enough there. Let's do 2 of those. And let's see about making us some hooch. So, seeds, sugar, and as far as I know, there's really no way of speeding this up. Alright, we've got hooch. Will that output hooch? That's getting hooch. Alright, so now rocket fuel. That was hooch, gunpowder, and redstone. So we're gonna have to let this thing run for a little while. I need to come back here and pick this up. Actually, we got to put that in there. Oh, that gives us more than what the wheat seeds did. Let me see something. Is there anything better than sugar, or does it have to be sugar for that? Poisonous potatoes are the best. We haven't grown any potatoes yet. No, it has to be sugar. Alright, so I'm going to let it run through this stack of stuff, and then we will go from there. Actually, I tell you what I'm going to do is, because this is going to wind up being something that we're going to need to use, not just this, we need to make nutrient distillation. That's one of the things we're going to work on today, or not work on today, but have to get to. Before we can set up our inventory panel, we've got to get in. We've got to get into Enderium. So we're going to need a bunch of ender pearls. So I guess my next, while we're waiting for this to go, I'll tell you what we can do. Check this. We're getting closer. Actually, I tell you what, I think I'm going to just sit and wait for this to get done. Because I want to get that upgraded, but I want to wait till we get our harvester done before I upgrade it, so we can keep everything killed. So I'm getting ahead of myself here. Anyways, let me get this stuff made up, get the hooch done, and then we will be back. Alright, we are back. Our vat is done vatting. It gives us a stack of wheat, and actually if we used a whole stack of wheat, we probably would have got 50,000 instead of using the seeds. Our fuel rods are just about done. So we've got a little bit of everything going on here right quick. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of our water. God, it scares me being on the edge like that. So we can dump that tank out. And I need another, gonna need another one of these here transfer nodes. Alright, so we can cycle our hooch back in here. Should be going in. It is. And we can put our glowstone, our redstone, and our gunpowder in here. And this should start making rocket fuel. Will that straight throw it out up in there? I don't know. We're going to find out. See if I've got to put a transfer node on top of it. Nope, it's going in there. Alright, so now fuel rods are not quite done just yet. I want these to finish. I want to get this thing set up, because right now I will not leave this thing running all night off this power until I know I can get fuel rods out and fuel rods put back in. I've got some sitting here waiting, 54 at 6 of them a piece, 5.5 hours. So that's what, 9? So that's about 2 days straight of running with those fuel rods. Now, after we get done with those, we're probably going to see about switching to these Mox fuel rods. Depending on how much platinum we get. These things, I think, last a little bit longer. They burn a little bit hotter, and I believe they generate a little bit more power. But we get more plutonium out of them than we do the other one. So basically what it's doing is we can take the 3 pieces of plutonium we put into these and turn it into 9, or add 9 to it, plus a couple of piles. Actually, that's not right. It's 3 big ones for one of these. No, so basically we'll just get the same thing back plus 4 tiny little ones. But we'll see, because we're going to need a lot of this Mox nuclear fuel. This is what we use to make iridium. We need a lot of iridium. And it also is what we use to make bedrockium ingots. So that is something that we have got to do. So I'm probably, like I said, I'll probably run through these fuel rods. Hopefully I can get enough out of it to do a few of the Mox fuel rods and go from there. Or if nothing else, we can have one of these running off uranium and one of them running off Mox, so we can continue to get everything that we need. So for right now though, I am waiting for these things to finish. I am waiting on this to finish. I don't know if this is going to be kind of a one-to-one or if it's exactly how this is going to work. So when one of these two things is done, I will be back. Alright, we are back. Let's shut this thing off. Our fuel rods are depleted, so we are going to see about getting them out of here. Oh, I've made these flux ducts. These things are awfully expensive to make for what they are, which is why I went, to do this is Invar and redstone and hardened glass and iron plating, and it was a lot easier just to wind up doing the Buildcraft pipes instead, which is why I switched to them instead of using those. We might use them later on, but for now that's what we're using. But I've got some item conduit that we made somewhere. Alright, there it is. Now, we tried to do this last time with a servo and it didn't work. And the reason why is because the servo that we were using will only pull from one specific inventory spot. I need another one of these. So we want to put that in here. Now use metadata. We want to whitelist it. We want to turn it off. And use MBT. We want to whitelist. Do we need that turned on? Why is this not pulling out? No, but you know what? Forget it. I'm tired of trying to get those to work. Those may not work with that. I don't know. The two mods together may not work. But what we can do now is, since we've got a... Do I not have an item filter? Or not an item filter, but an item... Oh, no, there we go. And we need to make another filter. I don't have any redstone on me. And boom. So now we can take this filter, put that in there, and this should just pull those out. Let's take that out. Let's take this off. That way we don't suck a whole bunch of stuff out of here. We want to put that back in there. We can put that down here. That should only allow those in there. Everything should be good. We now have this thing automated. That is awesome. We can leave this on, let it run. This will only suck out our used ones. It's got a completely different metadata number to it than these. We are golden. Now we can take these, and the uses on these is put them in a thermal centrifuge. We'll get some uranium and yada yada yada, and plutonium. So let's take these out of here, get these out of here, and let's run with these. Did I just throw something off there? Looked like it. So we got to let this heat up. I have made us another machine chassis so we can make our grinder. We have at least enough rocket fuel now to do this. So make sure this thing is doing what it's supposed to be doing. It looks like it. It's beautiful. Alright. Now, we need grinder. The Draconic Evolution grinder, yeah, that's way off. Way off. We need these plastic sheets, which is the compressed sawdust, and these raw plastic, which we should be able to just take the rubber that we have, yep, and smelt it down. I don't have any smelteries over here anymore. So let's put that in there. There's that. Let us get... I didn't see how many this is going to give us. Oh, it gives us one. Well, let's go ahead and... There's 2, 3... And we should have, well, our first plastic sheets. Awesome. Now we need some books. Books are easy enough now. We have sugarcane. So, books. There is our 2 books. We can put this stuff, whoops, put that up. Alright. Yeah, I've got these set up here for storage upgrades. Some of our storage is getting quite full. Alright, so we want to go ahead and start getting this set up. So there's that. We need 2 electrical steel, and we need the enderer. Now the good news about the enderer is in part of starting getting ready. What was I looking for? Electrical steel. Getting ready for this and trying to decide exactly what kind of armor that I wanted to make. I have already got dark steel made. So there is that. And I need a stick. There is our sword. So now, last part of this. This is going to be the fun part. Fluid conduit. Iron servos. That is easy enough done. I've got 2 of those somewhere. Those are the servos we were trying to use before. Right there. Beautiful. Conduit binder. This is the fun one. We need stone dust, electrical steel, and compressed sawdust. Now the stone dust we have. Where we are getting that. If we come over here to our ore washing plant, we are actually getting the stone dust from it. Does this run through? No. We've almost got our first piece of plutonium. Got iron dust too. Let's go make our plutonium, because I believe that is one of our achievements. It is. We have another trophy to put up. Boom. Go in here and look at this. So that's got us to here, which the next part of this progression line is our ME wrench, and we're a long way from that. Actually, no, not really. We've got plutonium going. That's so loud when I back out of that. Probably the next one of these achievements that we will wind up taking on will probably be this set right here. We're not far from the Elven Gateway core. We are far from the Elven Gateway core. I did not realize that it involved all of that. Magician's Blood Orb. That's a tier 3 altar. That's something we're going to have to get into here pretty soon, is blood magic. But anyways, we're getting sidetracked here. Our grinder. So we need these temperate fluid ducts, which is copper plates, hardened. I think I've got hardened glass. Hardened glass. I do not have copper plates. And then just one piece of glass. So I need 2 pieces of copper. Put that over here. So this thing's running so much better with these in here. So much better. Alright. So now there is those. We were also working on this stuff here, which I need the electrical steel, and we need, how many was that? 2 more of the compressed. Now, do these still smelt down 1 to 1? Or do these smelt down 1 to 1? Doesn't look like it. No, it's 4 to 1. Alright. And that should be, there we go. That is our last piece for wherever it is. Where'd it go? Boom. We have a grinder. So, I am thinking that with that is where we're going to leave it. Next episode, we will... Can I turn this around with that? Yep. Next episode, I'll have this thing rebuilt. I got to tear it down. I want to redo this whole little section right here and get it set up. We will get that done. I'm going to get a harvester made so we can get a plant done up. I'll say we've seen this. Z-Logic controller is the same as recipe as what it's always been. Everything else we've done together. Dark steel axe. We've already made the dark steel. The dark steel is steel and obsidian, or the old original recipe, which is obsidian, coal, and iron. So I want to get this set up so we can get some. I'm hoping that Harvester works with the AgriCraft crops. It should. That'll save us from having to make a planter. So I'm going to need some more space. Can we put this in here? Yep, they give us iron. All this lead right here. No, that's nickel. This look. I already took the lead out of it. I got quite a bit. I've been getting quite a bit of lead out of here. Basically, these tiny piles, you can put it in a big pile and smelt it into. Ooh, didn't know about that. But smelt it into just a lead ingot. Alright, so yeah, in between now and the next episode, I'm going to tackle this issue. I got to get cable run over there. And we've got to get... No, that's it. So, we've got rocket fuel today. We have reactor automation, which is awesome. I love it. This thing can now just run and run and run and run. We've pretty much run it all the way through with this. It's probably not necessarily the most efficient way as far as using the power, because this thing is pretty much staying full. So we definitely need to get some more machines and stuff up going. We still got plenty of power that we can use. So with that, I'm hoping this episode's long enough. I've been at it for an hour and a half waiting on. Let me tell you, you get ready to start making the hooch, a stack of each of them, it takes a minute to do. So we are definitely progressing. We are almost at a spot to where we've got everything taken care of that we need. Then it's just going to be taking what we've got and making it all bigger. That'll happen soon enough. Anyways, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.